Hello, beautiful seeker. Welcome to the 13th element of the existential shift. Evil does exist as an entity. Similarly to light that exists in every single one of us, evil exists in every single one of us to a certain degree. The thing is, no one ever thinks that they are the evil one. Allow me to use an extreme triggering example to get the point across. Nazis, Hitler, they didn't wake up in the morning telling themselves they're going to do evil deeds and slaughter innocent people. They told themselves, they knew that they were doing what's right for their society and for the planet, cleansing the world of the evil Jew. They were missionaries on a mission. That was very evil. But to themselves, it was the righteous thing to do. Every single one of you out there has that entity within you because you are a human being within this experience. And everything you do, it's because you believe that's what's right. That's what's good. That's what's necessary. It is always necessary. It is always right. There are always reasons to back it up. You are not exempt. Your case is not different. It's not. Hurting someone's in the name of righteous indignation, in the name of a God, an ideology, a faith, a scientific fact, contains the frequency of evil and exerts it in the world. We ask ourselves, how come horrible things still exist? How come people still do horrible things in horrible ways? That's how. You think what you're doing is legitimate. Every single one of you, big or small, the deed, the viewpoint. I'm not saying you're evil. There are no evil persons. As I said, none of you sees yourself as one. The only way to not fall victim to that is by quieting the mind, looking far off into the past and far off into the future, far off into the past with proportions and acknowledgement of history and what societies and people have done to others in the name of what they genuinely knew that that's what the right thing is to do. And far into the future, as in, who knows? "150 years ago, we couldn't imagine the notion of being on an airplane. It's not a long time. A century, 2 centuries, It's not a long time in the eyes of history, and yet so much can happen and change and discovered. The only constant is change is not just a catchy phrase. It is scientific. Science never, true science, ever claims to hold facts. It takes facts in a very whimsical way, even. It's about search and research, discovery and rediscovery. It's about impossible theories that somehow become real. And every generation knows the most in relation to generations of the past. You now know way more than your ancestors did, or even your grandparents, but so did your ancestors, and even just your grandparents. And wherever we are at as individuals and as society, we think that we know the most, hence the best. But it's only the most in relation to the past. It's not a most. It's not the best. And if you can't comprehend it right now, that's okay. That doesn't make it unreasonable. A creature that lives on a two-dimensional world cannot comprehend a creature that lives in a three-dimensional world, and so on to fourth dimension and fifth dimension. A worm walks on a flat surface. There's no space, just front, back, right, left. It doesn't understand how we humans and animals view existence. It can't. You can't explain it to the worm. So there is truth surrounding you that you can't comprehend right now. And that's okay. It doesn't make you dumb. It doesn't make you ignorant. It doesn't make you lesser. It is the natural state of affairs. But if you deny that, resist it, battle it, and with great vanity, stand your ground in knowing the absolute truth and what needs to be done in the name of it. That's evil talking within you. And I don't care how it applies in your life. It doesn't matter on which side, on which topic. It's all just two extremes of the same scale. So there are scales, the scale of politics, the scale of science, the scale of faith, the scale of physicality, the scale of energy, the scale of anything. And you are somewhere on that spectrum. And that's okay, that's great. It is a valid part of this existence, one way or another. As long as you keep it there. Not yourself. You can roam the scales and expand. I mean with enforcement. I mean with coercion. I mean with expectation. I mean with actions. You want to be done with evil in the world? Do your share. With harnessing the evil, the aspect, the extension of evil as an entity that expresses itself within you, within all of us, again. The light, the good aspect in you, isn't ever the indignation of good. It's about what's good in the moment, what is kind in the moment, what is wise in the moment. It is always and forever changing, and that's uncomfortable and scary, which is why we try to have one size fit all, one truth to apply for everything, and that way there will be order and there will be safety and there will be peace. But that has never worked. We've been trying this since the beginning of everything. So I think as soon as we stop trying to define good versus bad, let alone claim goodness. Claiming goodness is a huge aspect of evil. Huge. We're doing this because this is what's right for everyone, and this is what will save, and this is what will help, and this is the truth. Now mind this, wherever you are in the spectrum on the scale, on any scale, you think I'm talking to you. Let's take any topic that is on your mind right now. This is the topic that is on your mind right now. And this is the polarity. There are people who think this and there are people who think that. Whether you're here or here, you think I'm talking about you. That's just the point. Whatever it is that you believe in, whatever it is that you know, you are absolutely certain that yours is right and everyone else is wrong. Not about everything. I'm sure there are many things where you are open-minded, but there's always that one thing. The algorithm works like quantum physics and like manifestation. Whatever you express agreement with, it will draw more and more proof to support it, right? In simple terms that we can understand, if you like a post or an article, the algorithm will be like, that's what this seeker likes. And we'll keep giving it to you. And that viewpoint will only grow and grow and grow and deepen and strengthen. And will take you further and further and further from other viewpoints and other truths and other facts and other knowledge. I'm not referring to false information. False information is just lies. But information. Yes, the atom can't be split because we don't know how. Yes, the atom can be split because now we found out how. Apply it to everything. Please acknowledge that this is an avatar, this is an avatar with a brain, an engine, wonderful machine, but still a machine with algorithm, with equations, with systematic behavior, just like your computer, just like your phone. And that can be tricky for a spirit, because your spirit knows what goodness is. It's kindness and respect. Now I say kindness and your mind takes you to enabling. Oh, okay, so I should be kind to my addicted partner and just allow them. That's not kindness. Peel the layers. I mean, the core of something. Kindness is to allow them to heal, thus not feed the repetitive behavior with prize and rewards as in you're staying, even though they're like this. That's not Christ consciousness. That's victim mentality. That's our interpretation of Christ, who was not a victim. He didn't make himself a victim anyway. Well, one can argue that. You know what? Speaking of Christ, he who cast the first stone. Before you go bite off someone's head off with criticism and judgment and ridicule and anger for anything, whatever, think of the last time symbolically you were in their position. And then speak as you would like to be spoken to. Thank you for being here. Happy Friday the 13th. I love you.